The sun rises, painting the sky in hues of orange and gold, but I cannot feel its warmth on my skin. I am confined, trapped within these high walls, staring out at a world I can no longer touch. My heart aches for the endless plains of Africa, the taste of acacia leaves, the company of my kind. Here there is only concrete, steel, and the echoing silence of solitude. My days are measured in the monotonous routine of captivity. The same artificial landscape, the same bland food, the same curious gazes that follow my every move. They mean well, these strangers who peer into my enclosure. They call me magnificent, awe-inspiring, but their words cannot penetrate the bars of my prison, cannot soothe the longing in my soul. They tell me this is for my own protection, that I am an ambassador for my species. But what message do I convey, standing here in this barren wasteland? My existence is a silent scream, a testament to the tragedy of captivity. Every day I yearn for the freedom of the savannah, for the touch of the wind in my mane, for the company of my family. Here there is only emptiness. They call it a habitat, but it is a pale imitation of the world I was born to roam. The ground beneath my feet, hard and unforgiving, lacks the give of the African soil. The sky above, a sliver of blue imprisoned by fences, mocks the boundless expanse I long to traverse. My body, designed for endurance and grace, grows stiff and weary within this concrete cage. And what of my mind? Captivity is a cruel tormentor, twisting and warping the natural instincts that reside within. Zoochosis, they call it, the madness that consumes animals robbed of their freedom. We pace endlessly, our minds unraveling with each repetitive step. We lash out in frustration, our bodies betraying the quiet dignity of our species. They tell me it's enrichment, these paltry attempts to simulate the challenges of the wild. A puzzle feeder, a plastic ball, a token gesture that only serves to highlight the emptiness of my existence. My soul craves the thrill of the hunt, the complex social interactions of my herd, the freedom to make my own choices. Here, every aspect of my life is controlled, dictated by the whims of those who hold me captive. We must educate the public, they proclaim, to inspire conservation efforts. But what do they truly learn, observing us through these bars? Do they see the majesty of our species, the intricate tapestry of life that connects us all? Or do they see merely a spectacle, a fleeting moment of entertainment in their busy lives? The truth is, zoos perpetuate a dangerous myth, that it is acceptable to confine and control wild animals for our own amusement. They normalize captivity, desensitizing us to the suffering it inflicts. And while some may claim to contribute to conservation, the reality is far more complex. Breeding programs, often touted as a cornerstone of conservation, often result in surplus animals with nowhere to go. Many end up hidden from public view, their lives a testament to the unintended consequences of these well-intentioned efforts. True conservation requires protecting wild animals in their natural habitats, addressing the root causes of their decline. But there is hope. Across the globe, sanctuaries and wildlife reserves offer a different path, a beacon of compassion in a world that too often forgets the value of wildness. These havens provide spacious enclosures that mimic natural environments, allowing animals to roam freely and express their natural behaviors. Here, the focus is not on entertainment, but on rehabilitation and respect. Animals rescued from the clutches of the exotic pet trade or the despair of failing zoos finally find solace and healing. They form bonds, raise families, and rediscover the rhythm of life that captivity had stolen from them. Sanctuaries offer a glimpse of what true freedom looks like. Sanctuaries recognize the intrinsic value of every animal, not as a commodity to be exploited, but as a sentient being deserving of our compassion and protection. They understand that true education comes not from observing animals in cages, but from fostering a deep connection with the natural world and inspiring action to protect it. I stand here a symbol of both suffering and resilience, and I make this plea to you. End the era of traditional zoos. Do not be complicit in a system that prioritizes profit over welfare, that perpetuates the myth of captivity as conservation. Choose compassion. Choose freedom. Support sanctuaries and wildlife reserves that prioritize the well-being of animals. Speak out against the exploitation of wildlife for entertainment. Educate yourselves and others about the plight of captive animals and the alternatives that exist. The power to create change lies in your hands. Together, we can break down the bars of ignorance and indifference and build a future where all creatures, great and small, can live with the dignity and freedom they deserve. Let us be the generation that chooses compassion over captivity and paves the way for a wilder, more just world for all.